Admiral Sarah Chen stood at the reinforced windows of the International Space Command Center, her reflection ghosting against the backdrop of Earth's glittering nightscape. 23 years of military service hadn't prepared her for this moment. No one could have prepared for this. The first sign came from the Kuiper Belt Observatory, a massive energy signature, unlike anything humanity had ever recorded, followed by the appearance of vessels that defied conventional physics. Their crystalline hulls shimmered with colors that shouldn't exist in nature, stretching nearly 3 kilometers from bow to stern. "Admiral," Lieutenant Rodriguez's voice cracked slightly over the intercom. "The alien vessels have taken position around Earth's L4 and L5 Lagrange points. They're perfect formations. Not a single ship even a meter out of place." Chen smiled slightly. The lieutenant's observation confirmed what she'd suspected since the vessels first appeared. Their precision was impressive, yes, but it revealed something crucial about their tactical doctrine. Something they probably didn't intend to show. "What do we know about their capabilities?" Chen asked, though she already knew the answer. She wanted to hear how her crew interpreted the data. Captain Maya Williams, the youngest person ever to head Earth's Strategic Analysis Division, stepped forward with her tablet. "Their technology is centuries ahead of ours, but—" She paused, frowning at the readings. "They're surprisingly rigid in their approach. Every maneuver follows exact patterns. It's like they're following an instruction manual without any improvisation." The massive view screen flickered to life, displaying a message in perfectly formatted universal English. "AT into Lion Earth, GOVRNING bodies. The Galactic ASMBI requires your immediate integration into the Interstellar Federation. Failure to COMVLI will result in complete isolation from all space-faring civilizations." Chen watched as her staff tensed, but she felt an unexpected calm. The message itself told her more about their visitors than any sensor reading could. "Notice anything interesting about their communication?" Williams tilted her head, analyzing. "It's too perfect. The grammar, the structure. It's like they learned our language from a textbook, but never spoke to a real person." "Exactly." Chen turned to address the command center staff. "They're advanced, yes. Their ships are powerful, certainly. But they've shown us 3 crucial things in the last hour that they didn't intend to reveal." She held up one finger. "First, their perfect formations tell us they rely heavily on predetermined tactical patterns. They value precision over adaptability." A second finger joined the first. "Second, their communication style reveals they study everything from a theoretical perspective, lacking practical experience with other cultures." A third finger rose. "And third, most importantly, they chose to position themselves at Lagrange points." Lieutenant Rodriguez looked confused. "Isn't that tactically sound? Those positions are gravitationally stable." "Too stable." Williams caught on, her eyes widening. "They're thinking in terms of efficiency and resources, not strategic advantage. Those positions are predictable." Chen nodded, pride swelling in her chest. This was why Earth's Space Force was special. While other nations had sought to build the biggest ships or the most powerful weapons, they had focused on something far more valuable: adaptive thinking. "Send word to all Earth military commands," Chen ordered, her voice steady and confident. "Initialize Operation Starlight Echo, and send a response to our visitors." She paused, a slight smile playing at the corners of her mouth. "Keep it simple. Just acknowledge their message and inform them that Earth's governing bodies will need 72 hours to formulate an official response." As her staff rushed to comply, Chen returned her gaze to the window. The alien ships sparkled like perfect diamonds against the black of space, beautiful and intimidating. But in their perfection lay their greatest weakness. They had mastered the physics of space travel, but they had forgotten something crucial. The greatest battles were won not by the strongest forces, but by those who could adapt, improvise, and surprise. Earth was about to teach the cosmos a lesson in the power of unconventional thinking, and Admiral Sarah Chen would make sure it was a lesson they would never forget. The next 72 hours on Earth appeared remarkably ordinary. Trains ran on schedule, planes crisscrossed the skies, and civilians went about their daily routines under the watchful gaze of crystalline ships. Even Earth's visible military installations maintained their regular patrol patterns. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, however, things were far from ordinary. Dr. Yuki Tanaka watched through the reinforced viewport of Subsurface Command as robotic assemblers brought Operation Starlight Echo to life. The massive underwater facility, hidden within an abyssal trench, had been humanity's best-kept secret for the past decade. Phase 1 of quantum grid calibration complete, announced Dr. Marcus Webb, his fingers dancing across holographic controls. The aliens haven't noticed a thing. Yuki nodded, her expression focused as she studied the diagnostic feeds. The quantum grid was her life's work, a network of subatomic particles entangled in a pattern that could bend not just light, but reality itself. The theory had seemed impossible just 5 years ago. Now it was humanity's greatest hope. Status update from Admiral Chen, called out Communications Officer Puddle. The Galactic Assembly is growing impatient. They're requesting hourly updates on our deliberations. A quiet chuckle rippled through the command center. The aliens' rigid adherence to protocol was playing right into Earth's hands. Every demand for update gave Earth's sensors another chance to analyze their communication patterns. "Tell me something interesting," Yuki said to her team, her eyes never leaving the quantum grid readings. Webb smiled, pulling up a new holographic display. Their ships generate some kind of crystalline force field, incredibly strong, probably impenetrable by conventional weapons. He paused for effect, but they emit a distinct energy signature at regular intervals, almost like a heartbeat. Yuki finished, finally looking up. They're not just using the crystals as shields. The entire ship is one giant crystalline organism. Exactly. And living things have patterns, rhythms. Webb's eyes gleamed with excitement. Vulnerabilities. Above them, through kilometers of ocean water, the first test of Operation Starlight Echo was about to begin. A small research vessel, supposedly conducting routine marine surveys, sailed directly beneath one of the alien ships. "Quantum field initializing," announced Dr. Sarah O'Connor, her Irish accent thick with tension. Particle entanglement at 98%. On the main screen, they watched as the research vessel seemed to shimmer, like heat waves rising from hot pavement. Then, impossibly, it vanished. Not just from sight, but from every form of detection they had. "Confirm vessel status," Yuki ordered, her heart pounding. "Ghost Ship 1 reports success," Paddle replied after a moment. "They're completely invisible to their own sensors. The alien vessel above them shows no sign of detection." The room erupted in silent celebrations, fist pumps, tight hugs, and gleaming eyes. Years of work, billions in resources, and countless sleepless nights had led to this moment. They had achieved true invisibility. But Yuki wasn't celebrating yet. "Show me the Solar Observatory feed." The display shifted to show data from Earth's network of solar monitoring satellites. Just as predicted, there was a subtle distortion in the sun's magnetic field, a ripple that their calculations suggested would be invisible to alien sensors, but clear as day to Earth's specialized equipment. "Now we see them," Yuki murmured, "but they can't see us." A message flashed across her personal display. "Phase 1 successful. Proceed with Phase 2, Admiral Chen." Yuki took a deep breath, looking around at her team. These brilliant minds had done the impossible, creating technology that merged quantum mechanics with biological principles. Now came the hard part. "Send the signal to all ghost ship facilities," she ordered. "Begin full-scale deployment. Let's show our visitors why they should never underestimate human ingenuity." As her team rushed to comply, Yuki allowed herself a small smile. The aliens thought Earth was simply deliberating their ultimatum. They had no idea that humanity was about to rewrite the rules of space warfare. The real question was, when they finally realized what was happening, would it be too late? Commander James Chen, son of Admiral Sarah Chen, stood at the helm of ghost ship Nautilus, the first of Earth's quantum-shifted vessels. The bridge hummed with nervous energy as they approached the largest alien cruiser in the formation. "Quantum field stable at 100%, reported Lieutenant Emma Foster, her fingers steady on a crystalline interface that mimicked the alien technology. "They still haven't detected us." James nodded, watching the massive alien vessel through specially designed quantum sight windows. The ship's crystalline surface pulsed with internal light, like a giant heart beating in space. His mother's voice echoed in his memory. "Remember, son, this isn't about showing strength. It's about showing wisdom." "All stations, final check," James ordered. The Nautilus had been positioned perfectly, hiding in the shadow of the alien vessel's own energy field. Years of studying deep-sea predators had taught humanity that sometimes the best place to hide was right next to your target. "Sir," called out Tactical Officer Raj Patel, "we're detecting their regular energy pulse in 3, 2, 1. The alien ship's crystalline surface flashed with its clockwork regularity. In that precise moment, the Nautilus made its move. Quantum fields synchronized with the alien ship's energy pulse, creating a harmonic resonance that their scientists had discovered during their observations. "Deploy the resonance probes," James commanded. "Gentle touch, people. We're introducing ourselves, not starting a fight." 3 sleek probes, each no larger than a tennis ball, detached from the Nautilus. They moved through space like digital jellyfish, riding the waves of quantum probability that Dr. Tanaka's team had learned to manipulate. The probes attached themselves to specific points on the alien vessel's hull, matching the crystalline structure's natural frequency. On the alien bridge, alarms suddenly blared. Their artificial gravity stuttered, internal systems flickered, and every screen displayed the same message in perfect galactic standard. "Greetings from Earth. We come in peace, but we will not be underestimated." Quantum readings from the alien vessel show their central crystal matrix is responding to our harmonic frequency, Foster reported, a hint of awe in her voice. "It's like they're dancing with us." James allowed himself a small smile. The weeks of preparation, the countless simulations, had paid off. Earth had just demonstrated that they could disable the most powerful alien ship without firing a single shot. More importantly, they'd done it in a way that showcased not just technology, but understanding. "Message from the alien vessel," announced Communications Officer Maria Santos. They're asking how we achieved quantum synchronization with their living crystal technology. According to this, no other species has ever managed to communicate directly with their ship minds. That was the real brilliance of Earth's approach. While the aliens had expected resistance or submission, humanity had instead found a way to communicate with their ships on a fundamental level. The quantum resonance wasn't just a weapon. It was a bridge between technologies. "Send the secondary signal," James ordered. 2 more ghost ships, previously hidden, decloaked near other alien vessels. Within moments, they too had established quantum resonance, creating a complex harmony of technological interaction that the aliens had never experienced. "Sir," Santos called out, her voice trembling with excitement, "we're receiving a direct communication from the Galactic Assembly leadership. They're requesting a diplomatic meeting. Their exact words are, 'We appear to have gravely misunderstood Earth's level of advancement.'" James thought of his mother, probably watching these events unfold from Space Command. She had taught him that true strength wasn't about domination. It was about understanding. Earth had spent years studying the aliens' technology not to defeat it, but to comprehend it on its most basic level. "Send our response," James said, standing tall. "Tell them Earth welcomes the opportunity for peaceful dialogue between equals, and add a personal note. Ask if they'd like to learn about the Earth creatures that inspired our understanding of their crystal ships. I think they'll be particularly interested in hearing about our jellyfish." As the message was sent, James watched the alien ship's crystalline surfaces pulse with new patterns. For the first time, they weren't displaying rigid military precision. Instead, they shimmered with something that looked remarkably like curiosity. Dr. Maya Patel stood in the orbital command center of the International Space Station Beta, her eyes fixed on the holographic display showing thousands of small dots moving in perfect synchronization. Each dot represented one of Earth's newly revealed microships, none larger than a small car, all guided by her swarm intelligence algorithms. Biomimicry protocols operating at optimal levels, reported her assistant AI, ARI. All units maintaining quantum coherence. The alien delegation, watching from their observation deck, fell silent as Earth's microfleet began its demonstration. The ships moved like a murmuration of starlings, flowing through space in patterns that seemed to defy physics itself. Beginning Phase 2 of demonstration, Maya announced, her fingers dancing across the neural interface. Initiating honeybee scout patterns. The swarm split into smaller groups, each moving with distinct purpose. Some units arranged themselves into spherical formations, while others created flowing ribbons of movement between larger vessels. The patterns weren't random. They were based on years of studying how insects communicated through movement. Ambassador Crystalline Song, the alien representative, stepped forward. Fascinating. Your vessels move as one, yet each maintains individual control. We've never seen such coordination. Maya smiled. Nature on Earth taught us that the strongest systems aren't always the biggest or most powerful. Sometimes, strength comes from perfect cooperation between smaller parts. On the main display, the swarm demonstrated its next innovation. As a simulated threat appeared, a holographic asteroid, the entire fleet responded instantly, not with weapons, but with movement. Thousands of ships created a flowing pattern that directed the asteroid's path, using minimal energy to achieve maximum effect. Like leafcutter ants, Maya explained, seeing the ambassador's confusion. On Earth, they create living bridges and rafts by working together. We applied the same principle to space navigation. Your ships, Crystalline Song observed, they carry no weapons. They don't need them, Maya replied. Each ship is equipped with quantum field generators. Together, they can create effects far more powerful than any conventional weapon. But their real strength is in problem solving. To demonstrate, she initiated the final phase of the demonstration. A cluster of microships approached one of the alien vessels, arranging themselves in a pattern that mimicked the crystalline structure of the larger ship. Through their combined quantum fields, they began to resonate with the alien vessel's systems, not to disable them, but to enhance them. Impossible, whispered one of the alien scientists. They're improving our shield efficiency by 47%. Maya nodded. By studying Earth's crystal formations and combining that knowledge with our understanding of swarm behavior, we learned that the right arrangement of quantum fields can amplify rather than disrupt. The demonstration continued as the swarm shifted again, this time creating a massive three-dimensional display in space. It showed Earth's solar system, then zoomed out to display neighboring stars, all rendered in perfect detail by the coordinated light of thousands of microships. This is how we see our future, Maya explained, not as conquerors or subjects, but as part of something greater. Each ship in our swarm is small, but together they can achieve amazing things. Just like we believe our planet, small though it may be, can contribute something unique to the galactic community. Ambassador Crystalline Song turned to Maya. Its crystalline features refracting light, in what she had learned was an expression of deep respect. Dr. Patel, I believe we have severely underestimated not just Earth's technological capabilities, but your species' wisdom. Your swarm ships demonstrate something we had forgotten. That true power often lies in cooperation rather than domination. As the swarm concluded its demonstration by forming a spinning double helix in space, Maya felt a surge of pride. Earth had proven itself not through destruction or intimidation, but by showing how understanding nature's principles could lead to innovations that benefited everyone. Ambassador, she said, would you like to learn about the butterflies that inspired our next generation of quantum navigation systems? The alien's crystalline surface pulsed with colors that ARIA translated as excitement and curiosity. Sometimes, Maya reflected, the best way to make the cosmos fall silent was to show them something so beautiful they had no words to describe it. Professor Elena Rodriguez stood in the holographic chamber of the Galactic Assembly's diplomatic vessel, surrounded by the most diverse group of alien scientists ever assembled. The chamber projected a three-dimensional image of Earth's rainforests, the complex ecosystem serving as a living metaphor for humanity's technological evolution. Your question, Elena addressed the gathered delegates, was how Earth developed such unique approaches to space technology. The answer begins not in our laboratories, but in our jungles, oceans, and skies. The holographic display shifted, showing a spider weaving its web. While other civilizations focused on creating bigger energy reactors, we studied how spiders create webs stronger than steel using minimal resources. This led to our breakthroughs in quantum filament technology. Zix 427, a scientist from the Andromeda sector, raised an appendage. But surely biological systems are too primitive for advanced space applications. Elena smiled, gesturing to change the display. Now they watched as a school of fish moved in perfect unison, avoiding a predator. Nature spent billions of years perfecting these systems. The same principles that allow fish to move as one now guide our quantum swarm ships. We didn't try to overcome nature's limitations. We embraced its solutions. The chamber filled with murmurs as Elena brought up the next display. A time-lapse of Earth's weather patterns. Your civilizations mastered space by trying to conquer it. We learned to dance with it instead. These atmospheric patterns taught us about fluid dynamics in ways no equation could capture. Ambassador Crystalline Song's surface rippled with colors of revelation. This explains why your ships move so differently from ours. We built our vessels to impose order on space. You built yours to work with the natural flow of the cosmos. Exactly, Elena confirmed, shifting the display again. This time, it showed the intricate patterns of slime mold growing, finding the most efficient path between resources. This simple organism solved complex logistical problems naturally. We applied its principles to our quantum navigation systems. The holographic chamber now displayed Earth's historical timeline, showing the progression from the first microscope to quantum ships. Our greatest breakthrough wasn't any single technology, Elena explained. It was learning to see the extraordinary in the ordinary. Every creature on Earth, from the smallest bacteria to the largest whale, had something to teach us. A younger alien scientist moved forward, their crystalline form glowing with curiosity. But how did you know which natural systems to study? Elena's expression softened as she remembered her own mentor's words. We learned to ask the right questions. Instead of asking, how do we overpower gravity? We asked, how do birds soar without effort? Instead of trying to build impenetrable shields, we studied how chambered nautilus shells distribute force. The display changed one final time, showing the interconnected web of Earth's global ecosystem. This is our greatest lesson to share with the galaxy. True advancement doesn't come from dominating nature, but from understanding it. Each of your civilizations has achieved remarkable things through pure technology. Imagine what we could accomplish by combining your knowledge with Earth's biological insights. The chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. Earth hadn't just developed new technology. They'd pioneered an entirely new way of thinking about space exploration. Professor Rodriguez, Ambassador Crystalline Song spoke, their voice resonating with newfound respect. The Galactic Assembly would like to propose an exchange program. We have much to learn from Earth's perspective, and I suspect you would find our crystalline technology fascinating from a biological standpoint. Elena nodded, her heart swelling with pride and hope. This was what humanity had worked toward, not just proving their worth, but opening doors to collaboration that could benefit all species. Ambassador, she replied, Have you ever heard of a creature called the mantis shrimp? Its eyes can see types of light that humans never imagined existed. I believe studying it might help us understand your crystalline technology in entirely new ways. As excited discussion broke out among the delegates, Alina smiled. Earth had done more than avoid isolation. They had shown the galaxy a new path forward, one that combined the wisdom of nature with the power of advanced technology. Captain Aisha Patil guided her ship, the Albatross, through Jupiter's complex magnetic field, as if she were riding ocean currents. Behind her vessel, a delegation of alien ships struggled to maintain formation in the gas giant's turbulent environment. "They're having trouble with the radiation belts," reported Lieutenant Zhang, monitoring the alien vessel's progress. "Their shields are at maximum power, but they're burning through energy reserves." Aisha smiled, watching her ship's quantum field harmonize with Jupiter's natural frequencies. Earth vessels didn't fight against the radiation. They used it, transformed it, danced with it. The Albatross's bio-inspired hull configuration shifted like the scales of a deep-sea fish, adapting to each new pressure wave. Signal from the Galactic Assembly flagship. Communications Officer Davis announced. "They're requesting our navigation data. Their traditional plotting systems are, well, they're essentially useless here. Send them the basic principles of our solar sailing algorithms," Aisha authorized. "Show them how we learned from Arctic terns, the birds that make the longest natural migration on Earth." The Albatross curved gracefully through a particularly dense radiation stream, its quantum field rippling like the aurora borealis. The ship's design, inspired by the way albatrosses use dynamic soaring to fly thousands of miles with minimal energy, made such maneuvers not just possible but efficient. "Captain," John called out, excitement in his voice, "the Jovian pattern is forming. Right on schedule. Every 15 years, Jupiter's complex magnetic field interactions created what Earth scientists called the Jovian pattern, a network of naturally occurring energy streams that could catapult a ship across the solar system. Ancient Pacific navigators had used similar ocean current patterns, and now humanity had adapted their techniques to space travel. All stations, prepare for pattern navigation," Aisha commanded. "Let's show our guests how Earth vessels really fly." The Albatross's quantum sensors mapped the invisible energy streams, displaying them as glowing rivers in space. Aisha's hands moved across the neural interface, feeling the currents just as her ancestors had felt the ocean winds. The ship responded like a living thing, anticipating each eddy and flow. "Message from Ambassador Crystalline Song," Davis reported. "This defies all known principles of space navigation." "Tell them," Aisha responded, her fingers dancing across the controls. "That's because they've been thinking of space as empty. We learned to see it as an ocean, full of currents, waves, and patterns waiting to be discovered." The Albatross suddenly accelerated, riding an energy stream that curved around Jupiter's largest moon, Ganymede. The maneuver, impossible by conventional navigation, used the moon's gravity and magnetic field as a slingshot. Earth's scientists had discovered this technique by studying how monarch butterflies used air currents during their migrations. "Their sensors are going crazy," John reported with a grin. "The ambassador's ship just tried to analyze our trajectory, and their computer responded with an error message. Path cannot exist." But it did exist, and the Albatross proved it with every graceful movement. While alien vessels fought against space itself, Earth ships had learned to become part of the cosmic dance. Each gravity well became a partner, each radiation dealt a road, each magnetic field a helping hand. Receiving general broadcasts from the alien fleet, Davis announced. They're applauding, Captain, in their own way. Their ships are generating harmony patterns in their crystalline matrices. It's their highest form of respect." Aisha stood from her command chair, watching as Jupiter's massive form filled their view screen. The great red spot swirled beneath them, a storm that had raged for centuries. Like that ancient storm, humanity had persisted, learned, and evolved. Now they were teaching the galaxy that true mastery of space came not from conquering it, but from understanding its nature. "Plot a course through the Ganymede resonance," she ordered. "Show them how we've learned to surf the solar winds." It's time the galaxy understood that humanity didn't just reach for the stars. We learned to dance with them. As the albatross began its intricate maneuvers, the alien vessels watched in wonder. Earth had taken the ancient wisdom of its seafarers, the grace of its birds, and the endurance of its greatest migrants, transforming them into an entirely new way of moving through the cosmos. The grand chamber of the Galactic Assembly's flagship sparkled with crystalline light as Admiral Sarah Chen stood before the gathered representatives of 50 alien civilizations. The chamber itself was a marvel of bioengineering, a living crystal structure that responded to the emotions of those within it. 3 weeks ago, Sarah began, her voice clear and steady. Your ships arrived at Earth with an ultimatum. Today, we gather not as potential adversaries, but as partners in understanding. The crystal walls pulsed with harmonious colors as she spoke. Behind her, a holographic display showed the combined fleet of Earth and alien vessels moving in synchronized patterns near Jupiter's orbit. The sight was breathtaking. Crystalline megaships flowing smoothly alongside swarms of Earth's quantum vessels, each complementing the other's strengths. "What we've achieved in these past weeks," Sarah continued, gesturing to the display, "goes beyond military capability or technological advancement. We've proven that diversity of approach leads to innovation that benefits all." Ambassador Crystalline Song floated forward, their crystalline form refracting light in complex patterns. "Admiral Chen speaks truth. Earth's understanding of biological systems has already improved our ship's efficiency by 30%. Their concept of biomimicry opens possibilities we never imagined." The holographic display shifted to show Earth's first diplomatic installation being constructed in deep space. The structure wasn't the rigid geometric design typical of alien architecture. Instead, it grew like a coral reef, each section adapting to its environment while maintaining perfect structural integrity. "But perhaps more importantly," Sarah added, "we've learned from you as well. Your crystalline technology has revolutionary applications in our medical field. Already, our scientists are developing new treatments based on your living crystal matrices." Dr. Yuki Tanaka, now the head of Earth's Xenotechnology Integration Division, stepped forward with her alien counterpart, a crystalline engineer named Resonance Path. Together, they activated a demonstration that filled the chamber with dancing lights. "This is more than a light show," Yuki explained. "We've combined Earth's quantum field technology with crystalline computing. The result is a communication system that works across vast distances without delay, inspired by the way coral polyps share information across entire reefs." The chamber hummed with excited discussion as representatives from various worlds began to see the possibilities. Earth's biological insights, combined with alien technological advancement, were opening doors that neither civilization could have accessed alone. "We propose," Sarah announced, "the establishment of the Interstellar Exchange Initiative, a program where scientists, engineers, and philosophers from all our worlds can share knowledge freely. Not for military advantage, but for the benefit of all sentient life." The crystal walls blazed with colors of agreement as representatives voiced their support. The same ships that had arrived to intimidate Earth now served as bridges between cultures, their crystalline cores resonating with new understanding. A young alien scientist approached Sarah after the formal presentation. "Admiral," they said, their translation crystal converting complex harmonics into English, "I've been studying Earth's history. Your people faced countless challenges, yet you turned each one into an opportunity to learn. How?" Sarah smiled, thinking of humanity's long journey to the stars. "We learned to see beauty in adversity. Every challenge taught us something new about our world and ourselves. The key was remaining curious rather than fearful." As the gathering continued, Earth's delegation shared more of their unique perspectives. They taught alien engineers about how termites built climate-controlled structures, showed crystalline botanists how Earth plants communicated through fungal networks, and explained to space architects how spider silk could inspire stronger construction materials. In return, alien scientists helped humanity understand the living crystal technology that powered their ships, shared insights about stellar phenomena humans had yet to encounter, and offered perspectives on space travel that spanned millions of years. The chamber's crystalline walls continued to pulse with harmonious colors as treaties were signed and partnerships were formed. Earth had done more than avoid isolation. They had shown the galaxy a new way forward, one that celebrated the strength found in diversity of thought and approach. Perhaps, Sarah mused to herself, watching Earth's quantum swarm dance with crystalline ships against Jupiter's majestic backdrop. This is what we were meant to teach the stars. 1 year after Earth's introduction to the galactic community, Commander James Chen stood in the observation dome of the new Harmonious Exchange Station, watching ships from a dozen worlds navigate through space using Earth-inspired biomimetic patterns. The station itself was a testament to combined innovation. Its living crystal structure grew and adapted like a coral reef while maintaining the efficiency of a beehive. Incoming transmission from Proxima Centauri Outpost, announced HFY, her holographic form shimmering beside him. The first deep space quantum swarm has successfully established the navigation network. James smiled, remembering how this all began with a simple choice: to understand rather than intimidate. The quantum swarm network, inspired by how mycelial fungi connected forest ecosystems on Earth, now linked human and alien worlds in ways previously thought impossible. "Commander," called Dr. Maya Patel as she entered the dome, her excitement visible. "The Crystalline Collective just approved our joint proposal. They're ready to begin implementing the Stellar Nursery Project." The massive display showed their ambitious plan, a combination of Earth's quantum field technology and alien crystal matrices that could help dying stars maintain stability. The project had grown from a simple observation about how certain deep-sea creatures regulated their environments. "What's the status of the education exchange?" James asked, turning to face the newly arrived Ambassador Crystalline Song, who now wore a specially designed quantum resonance suit that allowed them to experience space as Earth ships did. Beyond expectations, the ambassador's crystalline form pulsed with joy. "Over 10,000 students from various worlds have enrolled in Earth's Biomimetic Space Academy, and your people show remarkable aptitude for crystal harmonics. The youngest learners are creating songs that our oldest masters find inspiring." The station's crystal walls hummed in response to the ambassador's emotions, a feature that had initially been seen as merely aesthetic, but now served as a vital form of non-verbal communication between species. Earth scientists had compared it to how whales used song to convey complex information across vast distances. "Message from Admiral Chen," Araya announced. "The first combined fleet operation is complete. The quantum swarm successfully guided 3 crystalline megaships through the Oort cloud using minimal energy. They're calling it the Starling Protocol." Outside the dome, a group of training vessels, some human, some alien, practiced new navigation techniques. They moved like schools of fish, each ship's quantum field harmonizing with the others to create efficient paths through space. The sight would have been impossible just 1 year ago. "We've come so far," James mused, "not by trying to dominate space, but by learning to work with it." "And that," Ambassador Crystalline Song responded, "is why Earth's influence has spread so quickly through the galaxy. You showed us that true strength lies not in size or power, but in understanding and adaptation." The dome's displays shifted to show various projects across the solar system. Crystal hybrid habitats growing on Mars, quantum-linked research stations orbiting Venus, and the new Jupiter Energy Collection Array that used principles learned from Earth's electric eels to harvest energy from the gas giant's magnetic field. "The Galactic Assembly has finished their annual review," Maya added, reading from her quantum-linked display. "Earth's methods have been officially recognized as the new standard for space exploration and development. They're calling it the terrestrial approach, working with natural forces rather than against them. James walked to the edge of the observation dome, placing his hand against the living crystal wall. The structure responded to his touch, creating patterns that rippled outward like waves on a pond. In that moment, he understood what his mother had meant about making the cosmos fall silent. It wasn't about intimidation or showing military might. The silence had come from wonder, the collective pause of an entire galaxy realizing that the path forward lay not in conquering the cosmos, but in learning to dance with it. Earth had taught the stars that the greatest power came not from the ability to destroy, but from the wisdom to understand. So, Ambassador Crystaline's song chimed, their form glowing with curious colors. What will humanity teach us next? James watched as a quantum swarm guided a crystalline ship through a particularly complex magnetic field, their combined technologies creating a harmony that neither civilization could have achieved alone. That, he replied, is the beauty of exploration. There's always something new to discover when you're willing to learn from everything around you. The cosmos had indeed fallen silent, but now it was filled with a new kind of music, the symphony of civilizations working together to explore the endless wonders of space.